Hi students, Logan Phillips here. This is going to be a general walkthrough for the Microsoft Access Guided Project 1-2. So there's two items that you're going to be downloading from online from your project section. The very first one is going to be your instruction file, which is right here. It's going to give you our step-by-step instructions on how to work through the system, and of course your student start file. Now I will be working from two screens, so you won't be seeing my student start file or my instruction file, but you will be seeing my student start file. One thing to remember about any Microsoft Access downloaded Word documents, Excel documents, any of that type of stuff, that if it's downloaded from online, it has a possibility of having viruses or macros that are detrimental to your system. So make sure that you trust the location where you've gotten this from. Hopefully, since you got it from me, you trust me with it. So the first thing you're going to do is enable your content, and I'm going to close that. That's an update for my Microsoft Office. I don't want to deal with that right now. So we have here a blank looking like database. So let's go into our first step. So again, this is Microsoft Access Guided Project 1-2. And the skills we're going to be covering in this project is we're going to create us a table. We're going to edit and default the primary key. We're going to add a new field into the table. We're going to edit properties in a datasheet view. We're going to save the tables. We're going to enter some records, change the datasheet layout, import the records, sort data in a table, and filter data in a table. So the very first thing we should have done on step one was open up the database of AC 2016 Guided Project 1-2. Now this is in Microsoft Access database. It's very similar to Microsoft Excel, as in it's used for storing data and turning data into usable information. So the very first thing we do is enable the warning, which we did. That was the yellow button. And then on 1B, we're going to rename the file. It should see it up top. It should be renamed whatever your file is. It should be your first name, last name, something like that. I'm going to go ahead and save mine, and I'm going to save it as onto my desktop because that's particularly where I like to work. And we'll name this one Phillips, AC 2016 Guided Project 1-2. Yours should have automatically downloaded and renamed. If it didn't, just do it yourself. Make sure it has your name in it. Next, we're going to create a table from scratch. So right now we're working on a blank database. Now, it seems strange that you had to download a blank database from online to work with, but the reason you do that is because every file you download from our Simnet is digitally signed to you. Which keeps plagiarism and those type of things down. So we're going to create a new table. So let's go ahead and open up. Go to our Create tab, and we have here in the Create blank table. And we're going to create a new table, and we're going to look at it in Datasheet view. So we have our very first table. It's table 1 in our navigation. You can see table 1 matches up. We have an ID field and a blank field. So we got our first new table. And now we have two views in Access. We have either datasheet view or we have design view. Let's go ahead and cancel this. Datasheet view is for seeing the data. Design view is for modifying how things look. So okay, we've got that new table opened up in datasheet view. We're going to edit the default primary key and add a new field into the table. So we're going to double click on the cell containing the ID. So let's go ahead and double click here. Notice I've clicked on the gray area, and we're going to type in member ID. Then we're going to go to the next one, and we're going to type in first name. Let's see, and this is going to be a short text. And first name. Then we're going to add a new short text. This is going to be last name. And we're going to add the remaining ones here. So we got, let's go through here and add these. So by clicking on the gray, choosing what their function is, short text, address, short text, city, short text, state, short text, zip code, and hyperlink, email, address, and short text cell phone number. Okay, so we got a table here with a variety of things, member ID, first name, last name, and so we've already gone through steps 2 through G. our 1, 2, and 2 through G. So we're on step 2H now, and we're going to hit the Control S button, which saves our database. It's going to bring up a screen that looks something like this, and go ahead and click on Control S. Here we go. We're going to save the table as, and the name we're saving this as is the members table. And we're going to hit OK. So now you can see the members name is updated on the tab. Also in my navigation on the left-hand side, members has been updated on this as the table name. Hit OK. We've done that, and we're going to go ahead and go on to step 3. We're going to edit the field properties of this table. So more than likely, we're going to be needing to go into the design view to do this. We're going to click on the member name field, and we're going to click the name and caption button. All right, so with member ID selected, we're going to come up on our ribbon. We're going to go into the table tools grouping and the fields tab, and we're going to find the properties group. We're going to click on the name and caption. And so we have here our name and caption. We're going to type in some different stuff. And let's see. First thing we're going to do, we're going to type member ID in the caption property. That is with a space. Yeah, we don't need to enter anything for the description, so hit OK. Next, we're going to come over here to first name field name, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to click on the Table Tools Field tab, Table Tools Fields tab, and we're going to go to the Properties group, and we're going to type first name in the caption. So let's open up that name and caption again. So caption is first name. Hit OK. All right, our next step is to actually change the amount of characters that can be inside of any given field. So we see here we have the first name field selected, and we have a field size of 255 characters. And that means people can type up to 255 characters in this field. We don't want them to type that many. So we're going to change this from 255 to 20. I've changed it to 200, but let's go to 20. Okay, and then we're going to modify the rest of them. Let's do last name, 255. We're going to modify to 25. Address is going to be 45 characters. And one character is actually just a single letter, number, or icon, like an @ symbol, exclamation point, those type of things. City, we're going to do 25. State, 2. The state's a good one because we only allow them 2 characters, which means we want the 2-letter states, like OK, TX, those type of items. Zip codes, 5. Email address is not applicable. Field size is, our cell phone size is 12. I did not change the email. I didn't put in NA. NA means not applicable. It means don't change it. So I just left that as blank. And we're going to click on the save button in the top left corner, make sure everything's saved, looks nice, and we're going to go on to step 4. All right, so in step 4, we're going to enter the members' records for the members' tables, which means we're going to be putting in actual information here. So we're going to click on the first name cell in the append row. So let's go to the first name cell. This is our very first row, and we're going to start typing in information. So we got Geneva. I'm going to hit my tab button to move from left to right, and then I'm type in Lingle, 1850. Oh, that was 1850 Stone Ridge. So I'm going to come back here, click on it, 1850 Stone Ridge Court. And make sure you're spelling things correctly. It will count off if you don't. Or if you don't put in a capital letter where you're supposed to have one, it will count off for you. So make sure you're doing those type of things. And this is glingle@gmail.com. And 780-886-6625. Now notice that because I made the email address a hyperlink instead of a short text, I now have a link I can click on. It would open up into my Outlook account, and I can email directly from inside my Access database. All right, let's go ahead and put in the rest of them. And to do that, I'm going to hit Tab a couple times just to get to the next row. and just come through here and type in the rest of them. Now I'm not going to make you watch me type these in. Just follow the table, type the information in as exactly as you see it. So I'm going to pause. I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, so we have all of our information inside the table, and we're ready to go. We're going to start changing some of the layouts. The first thing we're going to do is on step 5, we're going to click on this select the zip column. So we're going to click on that zip column, the zip code column, all right? And we're going to right click to open up a context menu. Remember that all of the Microsoft Office suites, that right click is your best friend. So right click, and we have a content menu here that's opening up. And we're going to select the field width here, and we're going to change the width of this field. That's just how wide it is from left to right. And we're going to change it to a 0.7, okay? And we're going to hit OK. Notice that just shrunk the field width down a little bit, so it's a little bit easier to see everything. And then we're going to click on the Center Align button. So Home tab and Center Align. Just like in Microsoft Word, in the Home tab in the text formatting group, Center Align. Then we're going to click on this Select the State column. And we're going to do the same thing here. Let's see. We're going to place our pointer to the right border of the state field, and we're going to double click to resize arrow to adjust field using auto fit. So let's go here and get on that border. There we go. So you really got to get right on perfect where the cursor goes into a double arrow and an up-down bar, and you double click it and it will turn it to an auto fit and shrink it down to fit things perfectly. And then we're going to go to the state field. We just did that. And we're going to click on the Center Align button next. So go ahead and center align that. And we're going to click on the alternate row color drop-down list. Now this is on the Home tab formatting group. So we got the Home tab formatting group, and we're going to look at the, we're looking for the alternate row color drop-down. Which you can find this in the Home tab text formatting group on the right-hand side. If you hover your mouse on top of it, you'll see that it shows you the alternate row color. And the one we're going to choose for this is the blue-gray text to lighter 80%. So that's fine. Blue-gray text to lighter 60, blue-gray text to lighter 40. So it's going to go up one. So fourth column in, second row. All right. So all that did was fill in every other row with a nice little gray fill. And we're going to save this by hitting Control S, updating our tables, and we're going to close the members table by hitting the X in the top right corner. Do not hit the X in the top right corner of the whole screen, the one that's below that, and we're going to close just the table. Next, on step 6, we're going to start looking at importing data from other places. And we're going to pull information from a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet into the members table. So my Excel spreadsheet I've already saved on my desktop. When you download your project files, you should download a resource file that has that Excel spreadsheet in it as well. So let's go ahead and open up and click on the Excel button on the External Data tab. So we're going to come over here to External Data, and we're going to choose to import from Excel. Import means to bring in, export means to send out. So we're going to import from Microsoft Excel. We're going to click the Browse button. We're going to find that particular file. And again, mine's on my desktop. You may have put yours somewhere else. But it's called the Member Data File -01. We're going to open it up. Now, and then we're going to select the Append a Copy of the Records to the Radio button. And we're going to append it to the Members table. And we're going to go ahead and hit OK. Walk us through this wizard. Now you can see we have first name, last name, address. We have a bunch of people's information here. And so we're going to hit the next. We're going to import it to members. And we're going to finish and close. Now if I open up my members table again, what I should see is all those records appended to the table. So go ahead and open that up. Sorry, my computer is running a little slow. There we go. So now we have a bunch of new records with different people's names. Everything's in there. Everything's working really well. So I'm just going to go ahead and close that back down. And we're going to be on to step 7 now. So in step 7, we're going to open up the members table in datasheet view. So let's go ahead and open it up. I right-clicked and clicked open. We're going to go to our datasheet view. Make sure you're looking at it this way. And we're going to go into step 8 now. We're going to sort the members table. We're going to click on the drop-down arrow to the right of the city name. So we have this little radio button to the right of city, and we're going to sort this from A to Z. There we go. So Auburn, Cameron Park, Fair Oaks, Folsom, Lincoln, Rockland, Roosevelt, however you say that. From step 8C, we're going to click on the Remove Sort button, and on the Home tab, Sort and Filter Group. So Home tab, Sort and Filter Group, and we're going to remove the Sort button, and it's going to put all of our data back into the original format. We're going to click on the Zip column, and we're going to click and hold and drag the pointer to move the Zip column to the left of the last name column. So we want to move the Zip column from where it's at to the left of the last name column. Let's make sure I have that correct. So let's click on it, click on the zip word, hold, and move it over to the last name. And we're moving it to the left of the last name. So there we go. Next, we're going to click on the Ascending button on the Home tab, Sort and Filter, and we're going to display the records in ascending order by the zip column. So let's click on Ascending. So you should see 95602 and let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and click on both of these and ascending order. There we go. So we've clicked on both the columns, and we got 95602 and Clemens should be the first one. So we can actually do ascending order on multiple columns at the same time. Then we're going to go ahead and remove that sort just to make sure we're clear, and back to our original information. And we're going to move the zip column to the right of the state column. So let's click on zip. And we're going to go ahead and move it over to the right of the state column. So we got city, state, and zip. Next, we're going to filter the members table using a filter by selection. We're going to select 916 in the cell phone cell for member ID 2. We're going to click on the Selection button, which is on the Home tab, Sort and Filter Group. Home tab, Sort and Filter. And we're going to click on the Selection button. And we're going to click on, I think, Begins with 916. So now we've sorted our data without removing anything, without doing anything destructive. We have just sorted it down by the information that starts with 916. And let's go to the right of cell phone, and we can actually remove this filter right from here without having to go to our tabs. So remember, there's always multiple ways to do everything inside any of the Microsoft suites. So in step 10, we're going to filter the data sheet using a text filter next. And so we're going to click on the drop-down arrow to the right of the email field name, and we're going to choose the text filter, and we want to choose contains. And we're going to type in the information that we want it to contain. So we only want the stuff that's coming from the Gmail accounts. You can see here we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Gmail accounts in our database sheet. And then we can click on the toggle filter and actually remove this filter or put it back very quickly. And let's go ahead and remove that filter next. So let's go ahead and clear that filter. All right, on step 11, so this is just showing you different ways where you can filter or organize or sort your data. Okay, we're on to step 12 at this point, and at the very last of step 11, they ask us to close the members table again. So to do that, all you gotta do is hit the X, and yes, you want to save, excuse me. And then in step 12, sorry, I got a little bit of the sneezes, trying to make sure I'm not sneezing into the microphone on you guys. We're going to review the completed members table. So we're going to open that table back up by double-clicking the members table to view the table. Now, sometimes Access does a little bit of funky things, and it doesn't like certain ways of doing stuff. For whatever reason, mine's not wanting to double-click to open right now. So you just got to hit it magically, and now it's finally decided. If it doesn't do that, then just right-click it and choose Open. Now, so we've double-clicked the members table, reviewed it, we made sure the table's all functioning right. You should have 14 people in this. All you have to do from here is close it using the right-hand corner. And then on step 13, we're going to add database properties using the Database Properties dialog box. So we're going to go to our Backstage view by going into the File tab. And here from the File tab, we're going to start changing some information. This really allows you to keep ownership, authorship of your own documents that you created. So if you're going to be sharing this with other people, the database properties is a good way for you to control it. We're going to click on the View and Edit Database Properties to open up the Database Properties dialog box. So let's go here and View and Edit Database Properties. And now we have information we can put in, like changing the authors, changing all that. So we're going to type American River Members into the title. Type Taylor Mathos in the author. And ARCC into the company area. Now, one of the reasons we do change these database properties is not just so they can be there in case we need them, but if you're searching for documents using the Microsoft operating system, it actually can look inside the properties menus. So even though this document is named Guided Project 1-2, if I do a document search and look for author of Taylor Mathos, it will actually pull up this document. So these properties are very helpful if you're going to have lots of documents, you're going to have to search for stuff at a later time. Hit OK. We're going to go ahead and close this down by saving it, upload it to your database or to your Simnet environment, and you've completed Guided Project 1-2 for Microsoft Access. Hope that helps.